Hey everyone, welcome back to How to Be a Poser. Today we're going to wage a one-man war on crime with the help of the Punisher War Machine Armor die-cast 6-scale figure from Marvel Future Fight by Hot Toys. Let's get started. Whoa, here he is, the Punisher War Machine Armor die-cast 6-scale figure by Hot Toys, and he looks menacing. From the skulls on his chest to the guns on his forearm, these two BFGs haven't even been mounted yet and they're looking killer, as are these blast effects. Can't wait to see what I can do with all this cool stuff, so let's get started. Alright, here he is, the Punisher War Machine Armor 6-scale figure by Hot Toys, all nice and die-casty. Seriously metal in the most metal of all possible ways, and it comes with a formidable arsenal. So many really cool looking weapons here. Yeah, let's just start by jacking all these things into their homes and just making this guy look as formidable as possible. But I get this right in there in that little hole. And it's got a nice keyhole and it just fits quite nicely into that recessed area the way that it's supposed to be when it's at rest. I like the look of that so far. All right, now for the gat. Just take a look at this. It's got to go down on this ball joint here. Looks like man, it's a tight squeeze. It's in. We're good to go. This one does not recess, so it's ever in the ready position, so to speak. Which is kind of cool, actually. So, won't let that affect the way that I'm doing this here right now. I want to bring these effects into play because they're pretty nifty. I primarily got into 6-scale figure posing because of photography. And what I found is that when I use these elements, they're most effective as photographic aids. They read really, really well in photography. So I'm going to go ahead and jack those things in once I get the pose hit. So we're going to use that gun, these guns, at least one of these guns. And which hands? Fists. Let's see. Ooh, those are cool. Yeah, let's include those. Anybody who's watched any of my other War Machine related How to Be a Poser videos will note that I almost always go for an all guns blazing approach on the initial pose because I want to highlight just how much cool stuff comes with these War Machine armors. Let's get this hand in here, this really sweet alternate fist that has the guns mounted in the tops of his hands in play. And let's bring this guy around here, do that with this hand as well. Get that jacked in. Nice, solid joints, man. Don't need to worry about those things falling out. Okay, let's give him a wider stance. Look at that. Ever so cool the way that they have that designed to come to bend out of the way so that you can get more range of motion. So I'm gonna bring this leg forward a touch, bend it at the knee. Bring this leg back, let the foot bend itself until both are flat. So what I'm doing here is not quite so aggressive of a forward motion as I've done in the past with other War Machine armors. I just kind of want to have him have a very firm posture. Let's rotate this just a touch if I can. Bring this out of the way. Is there another flap in the back? No, the butt is stationary, ladies and gentlemen. That's a poser tip for you. The butt is stationary. Let's rotate that around, just because I don't want his feet to be parallel. And I think, I've not played with the Civil War armor, which I think this is kind of based on. Oh yeah. That'll pop free, there we go. So we're gonna rotate this just a bit. Let's see, which way do I like that? Yeah, this way. So I'm going to rotate this foot around because I want to have his foot facing more towards the camera the way he's looking. I'm going to have this gun firing a little bit more off this way. Again, this is my perspective, and I'll show you my perspective later. But just to get an idea of what this is looking like so far. It's going to look cooler once I get the guns up. All right, take this pauldron, move it out of the way. That'll expose the ball joint, which accomplishes two things. First and foremost, it prevents you from damaging your pauldron. But second, and perhaps most importantly, is that it gives you more of an idea of just how much play you have in that joint. So I'm going to move that up and then just kind of spin it and rotate it forward. And once you get it there, then you can rotate it this position until everything is just flat. Oh, that's really kind of aggressive. More so than I just did a video for the holographic Iron Man armor. I think this one just has more believable play. This will be fun. Move that pauldron out of the way again. Again, you have to imagine that in the armor, he's got a heads-up display. So while he's not looking down the barrel of this gun or this gun, his armor is still aiming with that. He's well aware of what's going on. So I'm going to actually alter this pose a little bit. I want his other foot to be moving forward. Poser tip. You can change your mind. It's okay to change your mind. In fact, I encourage it. Okay. And you know what? This gun needs to come up as well. So let's just swivel that up. I think I want this thing out this way. And let's see. There we go. Notice that knee is double jointed there. So you can expose some more of the inner workings there as you bend. And it'll make it more believable when you bend it too. Oh boy, this is just fun. I'm experimenting with this thing while I hit the pose. If it provides the notion that I have no idea what I'm doing, that's just not the case. I totally do. But I'm just finding things that I want to do with this thing after I get started. Just go crazy. Typically, I would say don't go wide with your foot placement. But I think for this particular figure, it's working. It's working for me a lot. You know, just so back and forth with everything from the torso twist to the hand position. I really dig the fact that he's just not firing this gun. It's just providing me with a little bit of variety. And let's see, it's a little bit unstable there. Find that balance as always. Won't need you. All right, now let's bring in, I pretty much got this thing where I want it to be. Once I bring the gat burst into play, let's just call that the gat burst, I like that. Once I bring that into play, it may inform a change in this arm. I'm not sure yet, we'll see. There we go. All right, looking at this keyhole here, you can see that part of the keyhole is recessed a little bit further than the other part. That's to allow for, that actually informs where you're going to position this, because there's a square there, and the first impression is that you'd be able to put it at any one of the 4 90-degree angles. But because that further recessed area is clearly meant to accommodate these slightly longer barrels, then we'll just go ahead and plug that part in. All right, let's move this a bit further out. Make sure that stays in place. I'm going to bend this ever so slightly more back. This really, it's a really bent leg. Oh, yeah, dude. Now we're getting somewhere. Tilt this back just a little bit more. You can see 6 individual keyholes in this muzzle flash for the Gatling gun. So just kind of establish where that's going to start. And then plug it in, and whoa, look at that, Bob's your uncle, all right. One of the strangest phrases of all time, yet it's one of my favorites. Got that up. Now, that's pretty cool. Let me rotate that around, show you guys where we're at. One final touch that I want to put into play here is the ammo belt for the Gatling gun. Alright, so let's just jack this little guy into the injection port and see if I can get it to work this way. So it looks like it's best to plug it into the back of the armor first and then twist it around so that you can feed it into the injection port. I love me some War Machine, and I love me some Punisher. Boom. Looking for this? Yeah, you are. Confession time. I've never played Marvel Future Fight. In fact, before this figure was announced, I wasn't even aware of it. But that doesn't matter a bit. The important thing is that some mad genius has brought us the perfect blend of Punisher and War Machine in a 6th scale figure. What more do you need to know?
Did you enjoy that video? Be sure to subscribe by hitting the S icon on your screen and click the bell icon to be notified whenever a new video is posted. If you'd like more info on the items featured in this video, click the link provided under product info. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to let your geek side show.